What you are about to hear is something many people think about, but very few speak about openly, and that silence is exactly what keeps people uninformed and uncertain. Instead of avoiding it, we will approach it with a calm and steady mind, because when you remove emotion and replace it with understanding, you begin to see things as they truly are, not as your fears imagine them to be. My friends, imagine a calm voice guiding you, not as a doctor seeking attention, but as a thinker like Marcus Aurelius, focused on truth and understanding. Today, we enter a conversation that many people feel shy about, but one that deserves honesty and clarity. There are questions people carry quietly, questions they rarely ask openly, but keeping them hidden only creates confusion and unnecessary fear. When we speak openly about intimacy, we do more than just learn. We remove doubt, we build confidence, and we realize that we are not alone in our thoughts. This is a space of respect and calm reflection, where topics like sexual health, intimacy, and confidence can be understood without judgment. No matter where you are, in a busy city, in a quiet home, or somewhere peaceful, this conversation is relevant to you because intimacy is not limited by age, time, or circumstance. Desire does not disappear with years, and connection only grows deeper when it is understood and cared for properly. Now we move directly to the question that many hesitate to ask, but often think about. Is it safe to swallow vaginal fluids during oral intimacy, and what about its taste and smell? Is it normal? Is it healthy? These are not strange questions. They are human questions, often searched in private or asked with hesitation, but here we examine them calmly, without shame, and with clear understanding. Stay present, even if you feel a little uncomfortable, because discomfort is often the beginning of learning, and by the end, you will feel more informed, more reassured, and more confident in how you approach intimacy. All right, let us begin this with the calm and clarity of a Stoic mind, guided not by embarrassment but by understanding, as Marcus Aurelius would remind you that nothing natural is shameful, and nothing understood is to be feared. Oral intimacy is no longer something hidden in silence, and many individuals, even later in life, discover it as a new dimension of connection, a reminder that intimacy does not fade with time, but evolves with awareness. But every action that involves the body must be approached with responsibility, because what enters your body or your partner's body deserves knowledge, attention, and respect. So before forming opinions, you must first understand the fundamentals with a calm and rational perspective. What are vaginal fluids? Are they safe? What affects their taste and smell? And how can intimacy remain not only pleasurable, but also safe and respectful? Let us begin with the truth that vaginal fluids are not something random, nor something to feel embarrassed about, but rather a natural and intelligent function of the body. This lubrication exists to reduce friction, protect sensitive tissues, and prepare the body for connection in a way that is both safe and comfortable. Even beyond reproductive years, this function continues, proving that the body does not abandon intimacy, it adapts to it. There are three main sources that work together in quiet coordination to create this natural lubrication. First are the Bartholin's glands, small yet essential, positioned at the entrance, and their role is to release a smooth fluid at the beginning of arousal, ensuring comfort and reducing friction. Second are the Skene's glands, located near the urethra, often compared to the male prostate, and they contribute additional fluid during deeper states of arousal, and in some cases are involved in female ejaculation. Third is the cervix, which produces mucus at different times, especially during fertile phases, but even outside of that, it continues to support balance and moisture within the body. Together, these create a fluid that may appear clear, slightly milky, or somewhere in between, and instead of viewing it with doubt, you should recognize it as the body's natural preparation for intimacy. Now we move to the part where most hesitation arises, the taste and smell. Just like sweat or saliva, this fluid is not fixed. It changes based on many factors such as hydration, diet, hormones, stress, and even medication. When the body is well hydrated and supported by a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables, the taste may be lighter or slightly sweet, while foods like citrus and pineapple are often associated with a fresher experience. On the other hand, strong foods like garlic, onions, coffee, or alcohol can influence the taste, making it sharper or more intense. Hormones also play their role, as during ovulation fluids are often more abundant and neutral, while near menstruation there may be a slight metallic tone due to trace elements of blood. With age and reduced estrogen levels, the fluid may become less in quantity and slightly more acidic, and this too is a natural progression, not a flaw. Understand this clearly: variation is normal and individuality is natural. Just as no two people share the exact same scent, no two bodies will ever be identical in taste. However, if something feels noticeably different or unpleasant, this is not a reason for shame, but a signal for awareness. It may be caused by simple factors like sweat from tight clothing, minor traces of urine, or common conditions such as bacterial imbalance or yeast infections, all of which are normal, common, and treatable. The real problem is not the condition itself, but the silence around it, because when people avoid communication, confusion grows, and intimacy begins to suffer. But when you replace silence with understanding, and shame with calm awareness, you protect not only your health, but also the strength of your connection. Now let us approach the central question with calm reason, as Marcus Aurelius would remind you that fear disappears when truth is understood clearly. The question is simple yet often surrounded by hesitation. Is it safe to swallow vaginal fluids during oral intimacy? And the clear answer is yes. For healthy partners, it is generally safe. These fluids are not something impure or harmful. They are mostly water combined with natural elements like amino acids, enzymes, minerals, glucose, and lactic acid, all designed by the body to protect and maintain balance. In fact, from a practical perspective, this is often less risky than everyday actions people never question, like deep kissing or sharing drinks. But a rational mind does not ignore conditions. It understands them, because safety is not about blind confidence but informed awareness. If there are infections present, then fluids, like any bodily secretion, can carry risk, including conditions such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, trichomoniasis, and even HIV. The risk increases when there are openings in the mouth such as cuts, ulcers, or bleeding gums, because these allow entry points for infection. This is not a reason to fear intimacy, but a reminder that wisdom must guide desire. A thoughtful person does not avoid connection, but ensures it is grounded in awareness through honest conversations, knowing health status, and making regular testing a normal part of life. Consider this: a moment of fear once arose when someone worried about risk due to bleeding gums, yet after testing, clarity replaced anxiety, and what followed was not distance, but deeper trust. This reveals something important. Safety does not weaken intimacy, it strengthens it, because certainty allows the mind to relax and the connection to deepen. So the path forward is simple and grounded in reason. First, speak openly about health, not as suspicion, but as mutual respect. Second, use protection when needed, especially in new relationships, not as a barrier to pleasure, but as a sign of care. Third, make testing a regular habit, because discipline in health creates freedom in intimacy. When both partners are healthy, the act itself becomes safe, and beyond safety, it can carry emotional meaning, a quiet expression of acceptance and trust. Now understand another truth that many hesitate to accept: variation in taste and smell is completely natural. The body changes with hydration, diet, hormones, and stress, and these changes are not flaws, but signs of a living system adapting. Sometimes the taste may be lighter, sometimes stronger, and this is influenced by simple factors like food choices or natural hormonal cycles. No two individuals are identical, and expecting sameness is ignorance, not understanding. Only when there is a sudden, strong, and unpleasant change accompanied by discomfort should attention be given, as it may signal a common and treatable condition like bacterial imbalance or a yeast infection. And here, your response matters more than the condition itself, because judgment creates distance while understanding builds trust. A calm and respectful approach, offering care instead of criticism, turns a moment of discomfort into a moment of deeper connection. When two people face such things together, without shame, intimacy does not weaken. It becomes stronger and more honest. Now reflect on the deeper meaning, because true intimacy is not just physical, it is emotional acceptance. When someone feels fully accepted without hesitation, their guard lowers, their trust increases, and their connection becomes more genuine. Acceptance creates comfort, and comfort allows desire to grow naturally, while judgment closes the mind and distances the heart. So the conclusion is simple and grounded in reason. For healthy partners, it is safe, variation is normal, and the true foundation of intimacy is not technique, but communication, honesty, and mutual respect. In the end, it is not the topic that defines you, but how calmly and wisely you choose to understand it. And today, you chose understanding over avoidance. If this brought you clarity, then show your support, like this video. Share it with others who may need the same guidance, and subscribe to stay connected with more content that helps you grow stronger in both mind and relationships, because a thoughtful community is built one honest conversation at a time.